What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Sportorium podcast. Today, we are going over the AFC West, continuing our offseason breakdown of each team. But before we get into that, crazy news around the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, about 20 minutes ago from us recording this, the whole Panthers and Bears trade happened.
That's crazy.
I think that, you have to give up a lot, but I think that's a lot.
Yeah, that's way too much. The Panthers just destroyed him in that trade. Oh, no.
Bears
you know what I mean? By far.
Yeah.
And just sprinkle in DJ Moore. Are you kidding?
Exactly. I was expecting, in place of, I guess it was pretty much in place of another first, because they were going to get a haul for that no matter what. Especially moving down that far.
Yep.
But, damn, man, DJ Moore. Obviously, there's been trade rumors, for years, basically, at this point.
Yep.
But I didn't think that it was going to be the Bears that were going to land DJ Moore.
I didn't think they were going to go all the way back to 9.
Yeah,
that's big.
I thought Colts was the perfect spot, because then they're still going to be able to get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
True.
They just have a lot of draft capital.
Yeah.
And it makes up a little bit for the Chase Claypool trade. Not fully, because that was still just extremely idiotic. But no excuses for Fields now. You got weapons. It's not the best receiving core in the world, but
update: Panthers could trade back.
Wow, see that could kind of make sense. Just get a little bit more. If the Colts really want to move up now, and maybe you get another first,
I guess.
Or if the Texans want to go up and get their guy.
True.
I could definitely see it.
They have Matt Corral from last year, and I know he's a third rounder, but you're going to give up on a guy that fast? Plus, he was hurt.
Yes, exactly. But I don't think he was ever, actually anything special. So,
yeah, well,
that's not holding. Matt Corral is not holding me back from getting C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
I'm just saying, there's those guys. Some quarterbacks that are drafted later that become, 7-time champions and stuff. You never know. Got to give the kid a shot.
I don't think that you just hold back from getting a maybe generational talent just because you spent a third-round pick on a quarterback.
I guess so.
If it was a higher capital that they spent on him, then absolutely, at least, see what you got there. But let's get into the AFC West. Starting off with the Denver Broncos. It's not a great situation to be in just because your quarterback is trash.
Yeah.
But obviously they got Sean Payton, hoping to turn things around a bit. But there's a lot of talent on the roster. It is a good roster. Obviously, the defense was one of the best defenses in football last year, except for a couple games where they were just terrible.
Yeah,
you got a lot of studs on that defense. Right now, they're sitting at $27 million cap, which it's a pretty good figure. So today they just cleared $26.92 million cap by cutting Chase Edmonds, Graham Glasgow, and Ronald Darby. So those are all moves that probably should have been made. The whole Chase Edmonds thing is just weird. I don't know why they ever wanted him as a return for Bradley Chubb, but
got me.
It is what it is.
2 restructures I can do. Justin Simmons and Cortland Sutton. It saves about 14.
Yeah,
so definitely do something there.
Yeah, you could always restructure Russ. You don't really save a lot because I don't know that whole contract situation is weird because if you restructure it, then you might not, because they have an out in 2 years, but if you restructure it, that might not void it, but kind of make it tougher to move on if you need to. And by the looks of it, you're going to need to pretty soon.
Yeah. Never know what Sean Payton's going to be able to do.
Yeah. It's not the point right now. They just have to ride it out for at least this year.
Yeah.
And hopefully he shows some promise. There's a lot of trade rumors around Garrett Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
Getting rid of him would clear about $9.8 million. There's also Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. A lot of names have come up in trade rumors, and I don't necessarily agree with all these, but
agreed. Why would they get rid of Jeudy? He's young. He's talented.
That I don't understand. I could maybe understand Cortland Sutton because
he's hurt a lot.
He's hurt a lot, and he just hasn't really been performing as his contract would suggest he should.
And he's 28, so he's getting older.
Yeah, they don't really save money unless if they flat out cut him, they don't save money, which I don't think that's going to happen. But
no,
I mean, they could get a pretty decent amount for Jeudy, so I guess that's the only thing.
But then what are you going to do? Tim Patrick, Courtland Sutton,
Tim Patrick coming off a big injury. You need more. It's like you trade away one of your receivers, but you're just going to need to get one right back. So I don't see a point to it. But anything could happen. Yeah, so obviously they made those cuts. I'm assuming they're not going to make any more at this point, just because I feel like
have to.
Yeah, you got a decent amount, and like I feel like if they were going to, it would have been all in like they made 3 cuts, and they were all announced like within 30 seconds. So I'm sure all of them would have been like pushed out together if they were going to do more.
I agree.
Then going team needs. So obviously Javonte Williams is a stud, and coming off the big injury. Outside of that,
right?
Yeah, I mean he tore his ACL and other CLs. He messed up his knee pretty bad.
All the CLs
are just torn.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need help there. And it's always good to have. They like their 2-back system. We've seen it with Melvin Gordon, who's Super Bowl champion. Melvin Gordon, sorry.
True.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say go and get like spend a lot of money, because at the end of the day, this is probably gonna be a backup by the end of the year. But it depends on how much they value that 2-back system, or if they think they could get a cheaper option.
Yeah.
And then like ride that out until Javonte comes back. Maybe look at like a Devin Singletary. He's not going to get a lot of money, and that could be a good 1-2 punch. Devin Singletary's good, not as a lead back. Some room for fall at least. Going over the offensive line, you could definitely use some help. They're not. It's not a bad offensive line. Lloyd Cushenberry's very good. Dalton Reisner's pretty good. Quinn Miners is pretty good, but they're all just like, meh. And then Billy Turner, I'd say, is like the odd man out of that. He's probably the worst on that line. There's some pretty good tackles. I doubt they're going to spend a lot of money on a tackle, but you need one. So go get one. Defensively, like we said, one of the best defenses in football, but they need some help in some areas.
Yeah, on the D-line, I believe, right?
Yeah, D-line, they could definitely use their Draymond Jones is going to be a free agent. You would definitely like to bring him back, but who knows if they will, because the edge class isn't too great. So somebody's probably going to overpay for him. Got like Alex Singleton, a free agent. Kareem Jackson, you could probably let walk just because he's extremely old at this point. And I like Caden Stearns a lot, and he could probably fill out that spot. And then corner is like kind of a big need. You got Pat Surtain, who is arguably the best corner in football. I know you won't say that, but some would.
He's definitely up there.
He's definitely up there. Undeniable. He is one of the best corners in the league. And outside of that, I would say that he's probably the best, with Sauce close. But I can understand the Sauce love. He's a great corner. Yeah. Outside of that,
23.
Yeah, he's very young. I liked him a lot coming out of college too, and it's kind of how I expected his career to go so far. I'm not going to say I expect him to be the best corner in the league, but
they also have Lamar Jackson at the corner. So, great 1-2 punch.
Forgot
the better Lamar Jackson, obviously.
Yeah, and it's perfect because if it doesn't work out with Russ, just throw him at quarterback. You never know.
True, got a point there. Besides Surtain though, they're like meh.
Obviously, Justin Simmons, great safety. Yeah, but like the secondary has good pieces. Like Kawan Williams isn't bad, but
what they really need is they need Javonte Williams to get healthy, and they need Russ to realize that he's a quarterback, and they'll be in good shape.
Because they have a talented roster. They have good pieces. It was the whole thing was that offense, and mostly because of
not the Russ offense. The whole thing was Russ.
Yeah,
the offense was doing great. Jeudy was open. Courtland was open. Russ just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was disgusting to see. They were the 32nd ranked offense in the league.
Yep.
And then obviously Javonte Williams getting hurt, and Melvin Gordon. It was the worst like streak of fumbling I've ever seen in my life. It was ridiculous. It was literally like every single time that he touched the ball, you're like, oh my God, it's coming out.
Yep.
It was bad. But yeah, he lost his job, lost his team. And then
Mike Boone
Yeah, but then he ended up with a ring somehow. So
Yeah.
really jokes on us.
I mean, he was great when he was on the Chargers.
He was very good.
And then Austin Eckler just became God. And yeah, they cut him and he's never been the same. Or traded him, whatever it was.
Yeah. I think he was just a free agent.
Could be. Well,
yeah,
I mean, him and Todd Gurley got drafted at the same time. So he definitely outlasted Gurley.
Yeah, so. That's so wild.
Yeah.
The running back position, man. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right. So that wraps up the Broncos. Like we said, good team. Just got to figure a few things out and hope that Russ can come back from being bad.
Yeah. Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited picks. All right. And now we are switching over to the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
There you go.
So James is not here with us to give his thoughts, but I have a few thoughts from him.
From him? Oh, perfect.
From him, yes. So 2 re-signs he'd like to see. Jerick McKinnon, not going to cost a lot. The dude's like 31, but he's just really good in that system.
He really is.
Yeah, I'm sure you could probably fill that role with another player, but
I'm just working. Why? And he's going to be cheap enough.
It's going to be cheap. I'm assuming he wants to be there, so he won't ask for a lot.
True.
Yeah, him and Pacheco are a very, very good duo, and they're both like very different, but it works perfectly. They complement each other.
It really does.
You'd also like to see Juju come back. That's
no.
You hate Juju. Juju was not bad.
I really do. He wasn't anything special at all.
No, he wasn't anything special, but he's probably not gonna get a lot.
Also, compared to the other guys that are free agents, like he is the best option.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Jacoby Myers is definitely better.
Meh. No, that one's tough.
Stop it. You don't even like Juju. How are you going to say that Jacoby Myers is just as
Jacoby Myers is on the Patriots?
That's true. It's true. Hopefully he will be free soon. Yeah, he would. He also said that McCole Hardman can kick rocks. That is a quote.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably gonna. He just hasn't really had like a big role. I mean, he was drafted over guys like DK Metcalf, so obviously you'd want more out of that.
Yeah.
Just hasn't really done anything. And then they got Sky Moore, who could obviously different players. Sky Moore is not as fast as McCole Hardman, but in the same way that you could use him in like these tricky formations and jet motions and stuff. Sky Moore is kind of that guy for that. So
yeah.
I don't.
It's going to be very good next year too.
Yeah, and I honestly
stays healthy.
I honestly think that McCole Hardman might get a little overpaid because they see the speed, and I'm assuming a team would be like, "Hey, Tyreek," and try to make. I don't know. I don't think McCole Hardman is good like at all.
No.
Hey, that's just me.
Do they still have Justin Ross on the roster?
They do. They do have Justin Ross.
Very good in college, and he still hasn't done anything, right? He was hurt or something? Or?
Yeah, he was out for the year. The whole thing with him was injuries, and they've derailed his career in college and continuing to derail his NFL career now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who I forgot that they signed to a future contract? John Ross.
The guy that broke the 40 record?
Yep.
Oh.
From the Bengals.
Yeah. He doesn't do anything, though.
Oh, he sucks. He's so bad. He's unbelievably bad.
That's it.
Yes. And he got drafted so high just because he ran in a straight line for 40 yards fast. Really he was pretty good at Washington, but he should not have been drafted that high.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So there are a couple other free agents that they could bring back. They just parted ways with Frank Clark. They saved, I think, like $10 million from that.
The dead cap I just saw is like 7.6.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Save a lot of money, though. So, did you know that Frank Clark is 4th all time in playoff sacks?
Really?
He turns it up in the playoffs.
Wow.
A very wild stat. And Chris Jones got his first playoff sack like in the AFC Championship this year, which is also unbelievable to think about.
Wow.
Yeah. But Orlando Brown Jr., obviously a free agent as well. They offered him this massive deal, and he turned it down because he wanted more money and then was bad. So he's not going to get he's going to get a very large contract just because he's the best tackle on the market. I'm assuming the Chiefs want him back. Is that a possibility? I'm not sure. other guys that are free agents like Juan Thornhill, like Carlos Dunlap. Andrew Wiley is not great, but he played pretty well at right tackle. There's just like a couple guys like just depth rotational guys that you can bring back for cheap, but it's really not like a make or break.
And they still have a pretty decent amount of cap space, right?
They're like 20. They have 15.1 currently.
Oh, lower.
And a Mahomes restructure could save some money.
Yep.
You got other guys. Travis Kelce being 34 is just mind-boggling to me.
Joe Thuney.
Yeah, Thuney. Justin Reed. I mean, you could restructure that. MVS is under contract for a little bit, but you could save $7 million by cutting him, which I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
I don't know. What are you going to do if you got Kadarius, which is going to be hurt? You just know he's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
Then you got Juju. You got Sky Moore.
Odell's still a free agent. One of the biggest things that I don't want them to do this, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I think they should do it. Go and get D-Hop.
Yeah, there is talk. Patriots D-Hop on this team would be gross.
Insane. Literally, absolutely insane. And it's not going to cost a lot. You're probably going to have to give up, like, I think they said a second-round pick and, like, a later pick and a player. Not going to cost a lot.
Up.
Another player that could be a part of that, or they could just flat-out release, is Clyde. Cutting him would save you only $800K. Thought it was more, honestly. But he just doesn't have a role on the team.
No, he doesn't.
So
he was never a good pick. He was never anything on that team, really. He had like a few good games.
Yeah, I think James really likes Clyde because he thinks like Clyde really didn't get a fair shot in the NFL, but I feel like he kind of did. Like, I mean, he just hasn't lived up to the expectations of being a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Also, at the time, that was not a good pick.
No.
There were multiple other running backs. Yeah, exactly. That was the only bad thing Mahomes has ever done in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other guys that they could look to move off from. It's really not a whole lot. They got a young roster. It's actually unbelievable how young these players are and how just they have an immediate impact. Like their corners are like, I don't even know how old the oldest one is. Like maybe it's L'Jarius Sneed and he's 26.
That's gross. McDuffie's 23.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
But it's wild.
This team's going to be good for a long time, but we already knew that. So,
yep.
It's crazy because when you look at their team's not like, it doesn't look that amazing, but they are.
Because they got that dude named Pat.
Yeah. But I wonder what's going to happen when Kelce is going to retire. He's 34. How many years does he really have left? Tony Gonzalez was the oldest tight end to play, right?
Yeah, and he played until like 38. I don't know if he was the oldest, but he did play for a very long time.
Well, the oldest, but like at that tier, at that caliber.
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know how long Ditka played, but that's before my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could go over some other team needs. The interior O-line is absolutely beautiful. Don't even consider doing anything with that. It's probably the best interior O-line in football between Creed Humphrey, Joe Thuney, and Trey Smith. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The tackles are where you have a problem. So Andrew Wiley, Orlando Brown, both of your tackles are free agents. Yeah. You'd like to bring maybe both of them back. I think you could upgrade from Andrew Wiley either way. But
Orlando Brown's gonna be a lot of money though, no?
He's gonna get a lot of money. And I could see a team like the Bears that have unlimited money just throwing it at him.
The thing is though, like the Chiefs have cap space. You don't really need a lot. Just bring him back.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to protect Mahomes. So
I agree. But I still wouldn't say overpay for him. Because he's not like a superstar. He played very well, like end of the season, throughout playoffs and everything. And we've seen in his career he's very good. But he's just like, I don't know, inconsistent at times. Like there was some games that he was just flat out bad. And I don't really get it. But there's not really an immediate guy that you could plug and play. And I mean, you could go and sign like a Juwan Taylor in free agency and maybe see how he does in the left side, or throw him at right tackle like where
What about
he's
like a
been.
Taylor Luan? He's going to be
Taylor,
cheaper, right?
he's going to be cheaper. He's also not that great, but if you're going to go for a cheaper option, that's definitely a great option.
But he's going to be all right. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Offensively, they said they wanted to like bring back their receiving core and not touch it, but like it's one of the biggest team needs, really. We saw that it's Mahomes. He's gonna make anybody look good, but like it's a pretty big hole. They don't have like a dude there.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why a D-Hop would be just insane.
D-Hop, bring back, sign a tackle, draft another tackle, and your team is good to go.
I think they're draft-wise, they're in a very good spot to, like the Bengals are as well, to get a starting right tackle just end of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of good prospects that are going to go around that spot. I could see that definitely happening, but the roster's good. Defensively, you're going to need some help. You need another corner. Could be a Jalen Ramsey. Who knows? I've heard some of that. Darius. I mean, they're not going to trade Darius Slay to the Chiefs, the Eagles, but
true.
Hey, anything could happen. But
agreed.
D-line probably needs some help. You got Karlaftis is a young stud.
I wanted him so bad.
Yeah, you were a big Karlaftis fan.
I was.
But he's proven he's very good.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you got Chris Jones, one of, if not the best D tackle in the league.
Yep.
Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of like difference makers. Dunlap's a free agent. Derek Noddy sometimes plays well. Colin Saunders is also a free agent. Colin Saunders is actually pretty good, but yeah. Linebackers, you're set for the next 10 years probably.
Yeah, true. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, just freaking animal.
He's a stud.
Leo Chanel, that's another guy that I wanted.
I loved Leo Chanel.
Yeah.
I loved Leo Chanel. And then the Bills while Leo Chanel is still on the board, they take Terrell Bernard in the third round. Terrell, exactly. Dude's a special teamer. You saw Leo Chanel is a contributor on a Super Bowl winning team. And now that hurts even more is if Tremaine leaves, because Leo Chanel could have been right there. Just literally, this is your middle linebacker now.
Yep.
God, getting off track, but I'm pissed now.
Sometimes the Bills have to make mistakes too. So,
yes, it hurts though. Really bad.
I love it. It makes me feel great.
I hate you. Yeah, that wraps it up. Chiefs are they're fine.
I want to see him repeat. Unless Rodgers goes to the Jets, then no.
Yeah, that's a real possibility. Obviously, I 100% hope that doesn't happen.
I don't even want to talk about it. I hate Rodgers at this moment.
He's
make up your mind.
He's loving. I love the attention.
It's so ridiculous. I just go back to the dark.
All right, and now getting into the Las Vegas Raiders.
Quarterback.
So currently they got 39 mil in cap. So got a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, they don't got a quarterback.
Who's the guy that played last year? Why is it slipping my mind?
Stidham?
Yeah, he wasn't that bad.
He was he was pretty good. That the first game he played, it was like, wait, Derek Carr's the issue?
Yeah, for real.
But, I mean, it's Jarrett Stidham. That's not your future.
Yeah, agreed. Never gonna happen. But yeah.
There's a lot of Jimmy G rumblings around here. I could see that. It's a good spot. I wouldn't say you think your quarterback issue is solved. I'd still go get a rookie or something. But they have a couple options. They placed the franchise tag on Josh Jacobs. That's going to cost like 10 mil.
Josh. I hate him.
Oh, yes. We are not
ever since his one comment about F your fantasy team. No, F you. Enjoy that tag. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that he wants a long-term contract. I really don't know. just with how, because he had a breakout year. He didn't play like that any other year.
Ever. Not even close.
Yeah. I always thought that he was a little overhated, and I thought he was good.
I don't know.
But it's just one elite season.
Now he's going to get paid.
Probably. But at the same time, who knows? Second contracts for running backs is like, it's a real story because it just sometimes doesn't happen, no matter how good the player is.
That is true.
So really, who knows? But
yeah.
I'd say you definitely like to get something done with him, but
I would honestly just let it play out, see what happens. If he takes a crap again like the rest of his career besides last year, then guess what? You don't pay him. You drafted Zamir White. He didn't look half bad. Well, maybe roll with him. Who knows? Maybe. But I mean, what else do you have on that team besides Devonta Adams?
Darren Waller.
Yeah, which looked like crap last year when he came back.
When he was even playing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he obviously an elite talent though. Just not the best year for good old Darren Waller there.
That is true.
But yeah, like this is another team that a lot of things just didn't go right for them. Like I don't know exactly how many one-score games they lost, but it was quite a few. But they have talent like everywhere.
Like Chandler Jones, his stiff arm.
Damn. I knew it was gonna come out. I knew it was happening.
I couldn't wait. I had to get it out there. Oh man, just like you have to get the ball out. Okay, anyway.
Oh man.
Sorry, Rep. Sorry, not sorry. So
poor guy. Other than that play, Chandler Jones had a pretty disappointing year.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you got Max Crosby, who is one of the best edge rushers in the league. Absolute stud. D tackle wise, got like Bilal Nichols. It's pretty good. Matthew Butler out of Tennessee. Go Vols. So you got like at corner, you got Nate Hobbs, Rock Yassin. Trayvon Merrick is an absolute beast. Yeah. Another guy I really liked coming out of the draft.
Agreed.
At a TCU. Other than that, you got like, you definitely have a hole at safety because outside of Merrick, there's nothing.
Yeah. Agreed. Definitely have to go after that in the draft.
Linebacker could definitely use some help too. And then the O-line is just really bad is probably the best way to put it, I guess. Colton Miller is pretty good at tackle, and Dylan Parham, he played pretty well too. Another guy I liked coming out of the draft out of Memphis. But other than that, there's not a lot of talent.
Those other three, I really don't think I ever heard of them before.
Alex Bars that's a new one, honestly.
Andre James and Brandon Barker.
Yeah, not a good O-line.
No,
at all.
They need to do something.
But absolutely.
Was this their O-line last year or no? People left or free agents? Because if so, and Josh Jacobs did have the year that he had, props to him.
Yeah, no, that is the O-line.
Yeah, that's. Oof.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. So Rock Yassin, like I mentioned before, he's a free agent, so probably could get him back on a cheap-ish deal. He's not the best, but he's good. Denzel Perryman, you'd probably like to bring him back as well. And Cleveland Ferrell, just let that guy just go. Please get away. I never want to hear your name again. That was one of the worst picks the Raiders have ever made. Yep. And it's the past couple of years, they have not drafted well at all.
Yep.
Who else? Agreed. Like Alex Leatherwood is already off the team.
Who was the guy with the heart condition? They literally said he could die on the field, and they still drafted him.
Jesus.
In third round.
Interesting. What do you do? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, once I say it, you'll know.
Yeah, I probably do know the name. I just don't know about the whole heart condition situation.
Yeah, literally at any moment could die. Maurice Hurst.
Maurice Hurst is actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, he could die any minute. So, good stuff.
Can't we all?
That is true.
So you could obviously restructure some contracts and clear a bit of money. Chandler Jones, you can't move off of yet, but I definitely look out for that because he just really was not worth however much money he's getting at all. Obviously, Devontae, you could restructure.
Do you think
Clear a
Devontae's
decent
even
amount.
going to stay there?
I
He literally got traded from Green Bay to play with his best friend, and then his
and now
best
he's
friend is now
gone.
traded. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play. I really don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he is under contract till 2027. I would assume he just plays out his contract, and then I mean, he's gonna be old at that point anyway. He's already 31.
That is true.
But I would definitely say that he regrets his decision very much.
That is true. I think he should reunite with his best friend, Aaron Rodgers.
It makes sense. I also
really does.
Lamar makes a lot of sense there. There are definitely options that they have outside of the draft. Obviously, you could always draft someone and trade up, but I think that Lamar's that's kind of a perfect spot to go for him.
Man, they got money. They have what, 40?
Yeah, they got about 39.7. So
so
40 mil.
They can make a lot of little changes. They can make it happen.
Go get yourself a Lamar. It's the only thing they toss you 2 first-round picks.
That's it.
So, yeah, because well, the main thing about it is that teams don't want to negotiate with him because they think that whatever the contract they agree to, that the Ravens are just going to match.
Yeah,
which is they have the right to do that. They have the power to do that.
So the teams are saying, why do we have to do all the work when you're just going to match it? And
exactly,
I agree.
They could somehow pull it off, though. I think that's definitely what you should do. But
yeah, I agree.
All right, and now we are moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers.
I heard something that Keenan Allen or Mike Williams are going to be on the move.
That's what I thought, but then they just restructured Keenan Allen's contract, so he is locked in.
Didn't they also restructure Mike Williams?
They might have. I know they definitely restructured Keenan Allen's. And I didn't really think it kind of made a lot of sense to move off of Keenan Allen because I think he is declining a little bit, and it might have been a good idea to just get something, but he's still a good player.
Keenan?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Keenan's awesome. He just had a little bit of a hamstring issue, but every single year that he plays, he's amazing.
Yeah. I could see a decline starting.
Yeah.
Just like he doesn't have, obviously one of his main things is route running, and some of his routes were just not great.
But he's coming off the injury, so I understand it. I get it.
Yeah, but he's also 31 years of age, so he could also just be declining, which I think is what's happening.
True. Wow, Mike Williams is 29. He's that old.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. But yeah, the Chargers team is so weird. It really is, because on paper they're like really freaking good, especially offense, but like they just can't put it together.
Yeah,
it should be a Super Bowl team.
It should be at least be a contender, not blowing the biggest playoff lead in history.
That was funny to watch.
It was ridiculous. I was actually just in shock the whole entire time.
Yep.
But yes, they did restructure Mike Williams as well.
Okay. So that's what I thought.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of rumors about moving off of Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I did, which should. He sucks.
And
he's old.
I wouldn't say he sucks. He definitely he didn't play as well.
He should not be on that money.
It is a lot of money. And I mean, it would kind of suck. They obviously just traded for him last offseason.
Yeah.
But biting the bullet and saying, hey, we need the money. We messed up. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So they save 18 mil by doing so. So I think it's kind of huge. Like a necessity because they don't have a lot of money.
They're negative, aren't they?
They are -9, I believe, if this is up to date after the restructures.
Holy jeez.
So yeah, another dude making a lot of money that doesn't deserve it is J.C. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt, but he was not good. He was bad.
True.
Very bad.
But you can't cut him, so you have to restructure.
Joey Bosa, you could restructure, save a lot of money as well. You could restructure pretty much all like these big contracts. Derwin, Corey Linsley.
Yep.
I wonder if they could move off of Corey Linsley because He's very good, but it depends on how desperate they are for money. I don't think they should, but they save a bit, almost $6 million. But I'd say their number one thing, get the extension with Herbert done.
Yeah, because once the other ones are coming.
Yeah. We still spoke about this with the Bengals and Burrow. You want to be the first one.
Yeah.
Because it's inevitable. You're going to have to pay him a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could save, like, let's say you save $4 million by getting getting it done first, like, that's huge. So some team needs. Obviously, Austin Eckler is a beast, but he is not the best at, like, running the football. I think that getting a dude that, like, a pure running back to complement Austin Eckler would be awesome for that offense.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen, like,
just gets it done.
Yeah, but, like, when they need, like, a couple yards on fourth down, you're not handing it off to Austin Eckler.
Deontay Foreman. That's it.
It could go something like that. I saw a lot of Bijan Robinson to the Chargers things, which
really
interesting. I'm not sure I totally agree with it, but I would like a Deontay Foreman for them, though.
Yeah,
because it's double-edged sword here. You got a beast. You don't want to take away touches from Austin Eckler at all, but he's not the most efficient running back.
Yep.
So it's tough.
I agree.
Stud, though. Absolute stud. And then receiver, I mean, you got two guys that are, I mean, I'm not going to say Mike Williams aging, but he's 29. We just spoke about.
Still never really that good.
He's just.
Can we be honest here?
I don't think he's that good at all. I just think that he makes ridiculous catches
once in a while when he's not hurt, and, like, he sucks.
All right, well, I wouldn't say he sucks.
He sucks because of fantasy. That is the biggest thing. But he is just not that great of a receiver.
Okay, fair. Yes, I will agree with you.
Big catches doesn't mean anything. Joshua Palmer is actually very, like, decent for that team.
Yes, he's a very good number 3. Go Vols.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Besides that, though, yeah, they need something.
Yeah, I could definitely see them going just for, like, some rookie. Yeah. I don't think that they should spend a lot of high draft capital on a rookie or go out and spend a lot of money in free agency on a receiver, but it's definitely something that, I mean, never hurts to get one of the best quarterbacks in the league another weapon.
Yeah, agreed.
Speaking of which, Gerald Everett was very good this year.
He was okay. Yeah.
So he's still under contract, but just wanted to point out, you're solid at tight end right now. They got other guys like Trey McKitty, Donald Parham. Donald Parham made, like, some weird catches randomly at some points.
True.
Yeah. And
but
then
still nothing special. And
then the O-line, you got Rashawn Slater, who I believe his injury was he tore both of his biceps.
Ew.
So he was out for most of the year.
How do you wipe?
Jesus, why is that your first thought?
Well, I'm just saying.
That's tough, actually. Wow.
Right? You can't get it done.
I don't want to think about it, really, because that would just be, especially when you're a giant human like that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine someone coming in and having to do it.
And, like, he just doesn't have it.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy.
Off of crap.
So, Trey Pipkins at right tackle. Not great, to say the least. So, definitely could use some help there. Their interior is not bad. Zion Johnson hasn't played amazing.
Isn't that the guy that you really wanted?
Yes, out of Boston College.
Gotcha. Thought so.
Yeah, so I guess I'm glad that didn't happen. I still think he's going to be good, but. And they also have Jamari Sawyer out of Georgia, he's been playing kind of everywhere. Guard, tackle. So that's a guy that you could fit him somewhere because he's a good player.
They have a guy on their team. His
Will
first
Clapp.
name is Storm Norton. It's Storm Norton.
That's sick.
What kind of name is that? Love it.
But the best name of all time, Will Clapp.
Will Clapp for what?
Will clap your girlfriend's cheeks.
Nice.
The guy's a legend.
Oh, crap.
And going over to defense, I like the corners other than JC. JC's obviously like a very good talent, and hopefully he can figure it out when he comes back from the injury. But Asante Samuel, dog. Love Asante Samuel. Another guy. Really liked coming out of the draft. Wanted him, but no, I can't have anything I want. But he's a stud. You got Bryce Callahan there. He's pretty good too. Michael Davis played pretty well as well. Safeties, obviously one of, if not the best safety in the league in Derwin James.
If he can stay healthy.
If he could stay healthy, which he did this year for the most part. And stud. Body slam Travis Kelce because he felt like it.
Yep. Nasir Adderley is very good too, in my opinion. He's not a stud, but he's perfect for that role.
Mm-hmm. Their secondary is just pretty good player wise.
Yeah.
And then linebackers, Kenneth Murray hasn't really panned out the way you wanted him to so far, but I still think that there's hope for him. Mm-hmm. And you got old Kyle Van Noy, who will somehow end up on the Patriots again. It just happens.
He's still even on the roster right now?
I'm not sure. I want to see if he's a free agent. I feel like he is. He is a free agent.
He is.
Also, Drew Tranquil is a free agent.
He's not bad. Yeah. Oh, he's free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they have? Mac? They have Kenneth Murray and
off-ball linebackers. They have Kenneth Murray, Nick Niemann. Nick Niemann's a fine depth piece, but he's not your answer.
True.
You need help, basically. I'm not going to say go out and spend a lot of money, but there's a pretty decent amount of linebackers for somewhat cheap.
Yeah.
And maybe a guy like Bobby Wagner, probably not going to cost you too much. He's getting older. He had a pretty good year, though. He wasn't great. PFF had him as like the best linebacker last year, but he was not the best linebacker last year. I think that his year was a little overrated because it's first off, it's Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
And then D-line, Joey Bosa, stud. Morgan Fox, good rotational guy. Sebastian Joseph Day.
He did well.
Yeah, he's pretty good. There's not a lot there. So I'd say that would probably be the biggest need is D-line.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, D-line. D-line is their biggest need, in my opinion.
Both need to get done.
Exactly. And especially if you're going to move off of Khalil Mack, you're going to need somebody else there.
Yeah.
Because it can't just be the Joey Bosa show.
Yep. 100%.
His nose is so big.
It's freaking ginormous.
Oh my God. I feel so bad because my nose is also big, but that thing is just insane. Yep. It is unbelievable. And then you look at Nick Bosa, who's like a Greek god. The dude's so handsome. Yeah, whatever.
Joe Bosa chops down trees with his free time with his nose. That friggin' thing.
He could probably do it, and it wouldn't be hard. All right, so that wraps up the Chargers and the division. A lot of talent in this division, but it's Mahomes and the Chiefs for the next 15 years still.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean you can't compete, though. Like, all of these teams made very aggressive moves in the offseason last year. So don't not do that. Do that again, because it's going to work eventually. I'm not going to say you're going to win the division.
Eventually, yeah.
But obviously we saw Chargers wild card. Did not do very well, but still, playoff team.
Yeah.
Broncos have the talent to be a playoff team. They just need to figure it out. And Raiders are kind of in shambles a bit right now.
Once they get a quarterback, everything will get clear. But right now, definitely a little rough.
They also have Josh McDaniels, which is a problem. But
true.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only coach I like in this division is Andy Reid. And Sean Payton now.
Yeah, so. I guess so. Yeah. Now, who do you think the number 2 team is? Chargers or Broncos?
I'd say
Payton gets the Broncos together, like people are thinking he's going to. You think they're still going to be worse than the Chargers?
I am not banking on them just turning it around with Russ.
Okay.
I believe that he will be better next year. If Russ goes back to like 2 years ago, Russ, that might be the best team in the division. But that is a very big if.
Yeah.
I'd say Chargers are still the number 2 until the other teams at least prove they could do anything.
True.
For now. But it could happen.
I agree.
All right. Well, that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.